But what I'm telling you is, if that it make you a rat too if you with him because I told him to do that. I can't tell no to snitch. You can't get on the phone and tell me, hey bro, hell yeah, take that plea. But man, you better take that plea. And the plea saying tell. The police saying tell something.
This motherfucker Wayne from New Orleans. I'm from Atlanta. Mm-hmm. This was in Atlanta and I was in New Orleans. I said, what the fuck? That was so weird.
You did 10 years twin behind this shit, Rosco. You did 10 years behind it, brother. And you just come on the internet and say a didn't tell on you when everybody just heard this man say your name a few times? You feel me?
Young Thug done come out snitching. Young Thug got a video in the interrogation room for 2 hours, having dialogue with the police about crime and criminals.
Did Young Thug just get jumped in Atlanta? That's the word flying all over social media right now, and the timing couldn't be worse. An old interrogation clip has resurfaced, and fans are straight up calling him a hypocrite. Remember when he dragged Gunna for snitching?
This was in Atlanta, and I was in New Orleans. I said, what the fuck? That was so weird. This nigga fucking damn shot at this to us. Honestly, I don't know who the fuck did it. They said Rosco, but I don't wanna block out y'all case.
Well, people are now saying Thug's own tape looks just as bad. Rat, 2-hour tell-all, and his name dropping of Pee-wee are all over the timeline like wildfire. To make things messier, Atlanta blogs are buzzing with claims that Thug was pressed in public, maybe even mobbed.
Shots were fired at the tour bus of Grammy-winning rapper Lil Wayne on the 26th of April. Footage from the NBC affiliate in Atlanta, Georgia, showed several bullet holes in the side of the bus, but no injuries were reported. The station said that the shots were fired at the bus as it was traveling through Cobb County, Georgia. The rapper, also known as Weezy, whose real name is Dwayne Michael Carter Jr., was traveling in the bus after his performance in Atlanta. In 2008, Wayne won Grammy Awards for the Best Rap Album, Best Rap Song, Best Rap Solo Performance, and was part of the award-winning Best Rap Group Performance.
Is it fully confirmed? Not yet. But once that kind of headline hits, Rosco ties right back to the infamous Lil Wayne bus armed assault. This ain't just petty drama, it's a throwback to one of the wildest cases linked to Thug's name. We're talking about the Lil Wayne bus armed assault, an incident that's haunted him for almost a decade. Loyalty in Atlanta is being ripped apart, and those old receipts people never stopped whispering about are suddenly screaming louder than ever.
Anytime you say the word gang and there's an African-American individual, prejudices rear their ugly head, and that's just the reality of the way it is.
So let's rewind. April 2015, Cobb County. Lil Wayne's tour bus gets sprayed after a show. Nobody was hurt, but still, it was insane. Somebody really tried to take Wayne out on the highway. And when the dust settled, who got pinned? None other than Jimmy Winfrey, aka Pee-wee Rosco, Thug's own road manager at the time. Court documents tied him directly back to YSL. And here's where things got real shady. Phone records showing calls right before the armed assault to Thug's phone and calls right after to Birdman. That looks? Thug and Birdman never got charged with pulling the trigger.
This motherfucker Wayne from New Orleans. I'm from Atlanta. Mm-hmm. This was in Atlanta and I was in New Orleans. I said, what the fuck? That was so weird. This damn shot at this to us. I don't know who the fuck did it. They said Rosco, but I don't wanna block out y'all case by saying Rosco didn't do that. You know Rosco? Man, that man fucking scrub. That fool. I'm like, you shot at somebody, bro? But I don't fucking know, because every day niggas broke a fucking ball. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
But their names were stuck to that case like glue. You couldn't even bring up the bus armed assault without somebody saying, yeah, but what about Thug and Birdman? And then it twisted again. Roscoe's 2015 was handled. Fast forward to the YSLRICO case. And of course, the bus armed assault slid right back into the spotlight. Fast forward to 2024, Pee-wee Rosco strikes a new deal. He walks out with time served plus probation, and the internet went crazy.
Williams was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. He was adamant. He seemed very nervous because, I'm a uniform officer just coming up with this stuff in him, right? In some story he's coming to on his free time. A few weeks go by, maybe 3, because I got the DNA fast tracked through the GBI. I learned from the analysts there were too many male contributors to the gun being identified Jeffrey Williams being in possession of. They wouldn't be able to put a usable sample up into CODIS. So a few weeks later, Mr. Williams comes back in the store again. I don't know what day, but it was weeks after the first encounter. I said, yo, come here, let me holler at you. I said, guess what? I can't use that gun against you as corroborative evidence or evidence against you based off what Bean said. So I tell you what, I'm done with it. I did some research on you independently because I didn't know you were about to blow up. I said, and excuse my language, I said, go make $1 million, stay the fuck off, please. That's what I said to him.
People were like, wait a second, somebody must have been protected here. So when an interrogation tape of Young Thug starts floating around, especially one anywhere near this whole mess, fans locked in on one word, rat. But the real question is, what did he actually say? That's why everybody lost their minds. After years of whispers about the Wayne bus armed assault, suddenly there's footage of Thug sitting across from detectives, and fans swear they heard him mention Pee Wee Rosco by name. But here's the kicker. The clip making the rounds is chopped up.
Man, Jeff, clean as Listerine, man. Clean as Ivory soap. You feel what I'm saying? I done the time. I did that. That's what you supposed to do. When you go in interrogation room, that's what you do. He told you, man, we sell the Wayne Carter weed. What the fuck is wrong with you? You feel what I'm saying? No, a statement is this right here. Lineup selective. That's him. He did that. He didn't do that. He did what a taxpaying citizen do, a real street. Kept it solid, kept it overly real, you feel what I'm saying? Really tried to pull me out the hole. So shit, I don't know, you feel what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to the PR now, y'all don't remember when I was locked up now. Let me just show you how the PRs and the internet selective politics. You know what I mean? We're gonna keep it real. When I was locked up and Jeff was locked up, we went viral when they was like, that's the type of friend you want. He was like, man, Rosco ain't told y'all that. Damn, that's the beauty there. That's the right thing. You feel what I'm saying? Like all those niggas, everybody is in the stateroom, in the interrogation room, and they gave statements. You know, we're gonna throw the paperwork party tomorrow.
It's short, sloppy, and mostly clipped by commentary channels. You don't even get the full conversation. But online, nobody cares about context. The reaction was instant. Now we know why he hates Gunna. He was projecting. That word hypocrisy is what's fueling this fire, and it's burning hot. Thug tried to shut it down on X, saying, nah, it's all out of context, that he was actually protecting his boy. His fans grabbed onto that, replaying the parts where he denied gang ties and pushed back on detectives. One explainer post went viral, breaking down the whole 2-hour interrogation rumor and the crazy backlash timeline. But here's the problem. This reopened an old wound Thug did not need reopened. Just when it felt like the internet couldn't get any messier, boom.
And then a nigga like Rosco did 10 years behind this shit. And you just got on the internet tomorrow, didn't rat on you? Boy, your ass so brainwashed, it's sickening. Y'all niggas need daddy figures, and y'all be sitting back waiting on something good waiting on something to happen. Like, yeah, I'm gonna stick around. Maybe put me on. Maybe I can get something out of it or something did that. Like, it's so weird to me, but y'all be coming on y'all be on my ass about being a real nigga. Rich, I'm not studying the internet, but I'm just letting y'all know how brainwashed and weird the world and the internet is, y'all. Come on, my brother. Rosco, you the worstest. Twin, you worse than the rat itself. You did 10 years, twin, behind this shit. Rosco, you did 10 years behind it, brother. And you just come on the internet and say a nigga didn't tell on you when everybody just heard this man say your name a few times? You feel me?
New paperwork dropped, and it made things even wilder. Fans digging through court files uncovered a motion from Thug's lawyers, a motion in Lyman, basically asking the judge to block Detective Quinn from testifying about something Thug supposedly said in the back of a police car. The claim? That Thug gave info about an old homicide back in the day. His legal team fired back, calling that completely false, but the fact it even popped up was enough to throw more gas on the fire. Thug's lawyers tried to spin it clean.
So now Young Thug done come out snitching. Young Thug got a video in the interrogation room for 2 hours, having dialogue with the police about crime and criminals, but he don't want to work with Gunna. Come on, homie, look at the hypocrisy. So God made me the sacrificial lamb. That's why I have gotten this far, because I have been attacking evil. They've been saying I've been evil, but That's why God won't let nothing happen to me, because though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. I've been speaking against evil, man.
Prejudicial and irrelevant to his current case, Your Honor. This only makes my client look bad, and it doesn't even matter here, so keep it out. That's the official line. But the streets don't move on courtroom rules. They move on stories. And the story people are running with is simple. Thug talks to cops when it benefits him. Whether that's true or not doesn't even matter anymore. The internet already picked sides. Then out of nowhere, Pee-wee himself jumps in. Rosco pops up and says flat out, Thug didn't snitch on me. He's on camera defending Thug, telling everyone to chill. Y'all are doing too much. On paper, that should have calmed everything down, right? Wrong. Critics only got louder, dragging Pee-wee for being biased and asking the same burning question that never goes away. If nothing shady was going on, why do those phone record stories even exist?
I'm telling you is, if that it make you a rat too if you with him, because I told him to do that. I can't tell no the snitch. You can't get on the phone and tell me, hey bro, hell yeah, take that plea, but man, you better take that plea. And the police saying tell. The police saying tell something.
Blogs started pushing reels recapping Pee-wee's Stop the Storm. Atlanta has never forgotten that bus-armed assault. Every article, every headline always dragged up those phone calls before and after the shots tied to Thug and Birdman. Add years of courtroom whispers on top, and this case just refuses to die. And then, it got even messier. YSL Mondo, a dude people call a day one from the very start of YSL, decided to speak up, and he didn't hold back at all. Mondo called people brainwashed, straight up saying Pee-wee's only defending Thug because he's riding for benefits. Translation: it's not about loyalty, it's about hoping for favors. That subtext hit hard, because when voices from inside start talking like this, it shows the street respect is shifting. Mondo's words flipped the energy again, and fans ran with it. Media outlets even dropped recap tiles of his comments showing exactly why the controversy won't slow down. And it didn't stop there. Charleston White jumped in, and you already know how he moves, loud, reckless, and straight to the point. He said, real gangsters ask for a lawyer, then clowned anybody who sits with cops for hours. Add that on top of Mondo's rant, and suddenly the internet jury felt like they had their closing argument locked in. Let's be real. The memes are doing way more damage than any legal motion ever could. The case is still in court, but online, the verdict already feels sealed. And just when things couldn't get hotter, the rumor pages turned it up another notch. Timelines started blasting posts saying Thug got pressed outside, and some even took it further, claiming he got jumped. Is it confirmed? Not even close. But once those captions hit Instagram with big bold words, the story spread like wildfire. There's no clear footage, no hard proof, just spicy posts stirring the pot. And honestly, that's all it takes.
Time you come out here and get this money. My nigga, you done blessed. You did everything you could do, bro. Yeah. It's an eye-opener, bro. You know what I'm saying? You on that strictly business.
Because with so many already doubting Thug's image, one rumor like that makes it feel like the city's watching to see if he can still move the same in Atlanta. And here's the real danger. Thug is still on probation. Even if nobody touched him, just being caught in a chaotic crowd could flip into a problem for him. This ain't just street talk anymore. It's about real consequences. If the court even gets a whiff that he's tied to chaos outside, it could backfire heavy. So whether the story's true or not, the rumor alone makes it look like he's boxed in. Courtroom heat on one side, street pressure on the other, and both squeezing tighter by the day. But wait, it gets worse. The interrogation clip wasn't even the only headache this week. Now, rumor pages are flooding with what they claim is jail call audio. Petty shots, random numbers flying, and even whispers that Thug was bragging about fake streams just to one-up Gunna. Somehow, whether every single clip is legit or not, that's its own debate. But let's keep it real. Once something hits the blogs, the snowball never stops rolling. Big names start chiming in, reposting, subtweeting, and suddenly that public enemy tag gets louder than ever. And here's the catch. When the streets think you talked and the industry thinks you dissed, you're getting squeezed from both sides. Even a rumor like, he got pressed, feels believable because the energy lines up too perfectly. That's what people forget. It's not about the truth anymore. It's about what story takes over. And right now, the story's winning big. Then there's the lawsuit. Lil Wayne's bus driver straight up sued Birdman, Thug, and others, claiming they put his life in danger by letting all that drama play out. And while a lawsuit isn't a criminal charge, it stamped the whole situation as real in the public's mind. It shifted it from rumor to documented. Leaked Birdman jail call from years back. Prosecutors once flagged it in their case, even though nothing came of it. But the fact it existed at all, it kept the conspiracy talk alive for years. So now, when fans see an old Thug interview resurface, they don't watch it. They look at it and say, pattern. Thug's camp calls it misdirection, but the crowd hears confirmation. It's like two different movies playing in the same theater. Meanwhile, Thug tried steering the narrative himself, and might have made things worse. He hopped on X denying the snitch talk, reposted a clip saying he's not blood, and slid in some shade at Gunna by proxy. He even pointed out that his team had tried to use certain interview contexts in court long ago, but the DA blocked it. The problem? None of that mattered. The internet doesn't care about motions or filings. They're just watching chopped up clips and drawing their own conclusions. And once it got framed as where there's smoke, there's fire, that was PR quicksand. Every move he made sank deeper. To top it off, the jokes started flying. Memes turned him into gospel thug, with fans saying, if you're a rat and a rapper, go gospel twin. Those giant crosses he's been rocking instantly flipped into clown material. The gospel rumor wave spread fast, and the internet feasted on it. And let's keep it real. Pee-wee's plea deal last year already kept Thug's name glued to the YSL mess. People don't forget timelines, especially with the whole Gunna situation still splitting the fan base down the middle. Online, it always gets boiled down to one brutal line. You're either solid or you folded. Real life might be way more complicated, but the comment section doesn't make it complicated. Right now, Thug feels stuck in every lane at once. In court, he's still battling the YSL case, and every new filing drags that Wayne Buzz story back into the spotlight. In music, fans aren't hyped for his drops. They're too busy clowning him with those gospel thug memes. And outside, the rumor pages are pushing the idea that he can't even step out without drama following him. It's like no matter what he does, the internet already has the script written. He can tweet, deny, push back. It doesn't matter. The paperwork and the chopped clips speak louder. Even Pee-wee trying to defend him didn't help. If anything, it made the crowd dig in harder. And here's the ugly truth. When the internet says you're talking to cops and the streets say you're getting pressed outside, your name stops being about music. It becomes a warning label for everyone watching. Young Thug, rumored to have been jumped in Atlanta, dragged into leaks, and chained to old tapes that just won't die, is standing in the middle of a downfall he can't talk his way out of. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe, share this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.